Alright guys, wasn't able to do the full heat treat on video because I don't have much room in this corner of my garage here to set up a camera, and I can't find my little tripod. I misplaced it. I looked all over the place, and I just don't know where it is, so it's not safe to do this single-handed. So I'm going to just stick the camera on the drill press table, and but in the meantime I'm just going to show you my heat treat oven. This guy is a Hubert that I modified and completely made digital. It used to be all analog. I put in a PID in there and some SSRs, and it works good, except the only thing you have to remember is this thing is in degrees Celsius, and dumbass me programmed this to Fahrenheit. And you can imagine it was like the sun inside there, and it melted my metal and melted the tile that I had in there, so it kind of burnt the bottom. But anyway, I rescued it, and it's still working good. Right now I'm tempering, so that's roughly 450 degrees Fahrenheit. And I'm just going to open up the hatch here and show you what I got. Alright, so let's see here. See if I can do this without burning myself. Oh, there we go. So that's the carburized part. I'm going to put that down. There we go. There's the other part right there. And so this is just tempering. Oh, it's still hot. Here's the little cam, and oh yeah, here we go. Okay, and that's the other part that I cut off. I'll just put this down here like that. I can grab it like this. There we go. And yeah, so there we go. So anyway, that's at 400 and some odd Fahrenheit. So that means it's still very hot. So I'm just going to let it cool off there on that plate, and then take it into the shop, buff it up, and get ready to assemble. Alright everybody, I'm back. So these all went through the heat treat, except, well, this one as well too. This was a little bit of a special story. So these 4 parts here went through the heat treat, and this is 4140, and this is a low carbon, so 1018 I believe, something in the 20% realm. So they've also been tempered, so I'm curious to see what they came out as. I got a set of these files. This is a hardness tester, RC4265, Subo-san, made in Japan. And you've seen these, I'm sure, on the internet. Oh my God, kitty cat again! Holy crap! Oh boy, let me deal with him. So this is really just chromoly 4140. It is heat treatable. I really like this kind of material. It's a lot less money than tool steel. You don't need tool steel for the majority of hard parts. Like in an engine, you'd find a lot of 4140, you know, the cranks and all that kind of stuff. So I have quite a bit of it, and it's a great material to work with because, you know, unhardened, it's very machinable, and then you can get some hardness. It's, you know, it's not tool steel hardness, but it's still quite hard. So let's just see where it's at. So I'm going to start with a 40, Rockwell 40. I'm going to try it on the back side of this right here. That will be the easiest. So that just starts to scrape. Yeah, it leaves a few marks. So that's what I would have expected. 4140, you should get about roughly 40 Rockwell. It skates a bit, but if I push it a little bit, it just barely starts to grab. So Yeah, the scratches that you see there are not, you can't actually feel them. That's just taking off the that carbon coating that occurred. I'm going to polish this all out, by the way. It's not going to stay looking like this. This is just how it comes out of the oven. But yeah, it's just, I can just tell it's just about grabbing, like right there it just grabbed. So I would say, yeah, this is 40 Rockwell, and that's what you would expect out of 4140. Nothing harder than that. You know, tool steel, of course, you know, you can get up into the 65s and all that, but so that feels about right, and that's a pretty good hardness. Now, here's another cool test. Oops, shit, I'm just a butterfinger these days. I really don't get it. So, you take a file, and like everybody's got these, and this just skates. It's really, really quite obvious that this is hardened. So, yeah, a file skates on it quite nicely. Alright, I'm going to polish these up and I'll bring you right back. So one of the problems that can happen when you're heat treating is the threads, they can slightly change size, and when you're chasing them like this to get them right, it's a lot harder. You can actually break a tap because the steel is hardened. You got to be really careful. So I can tell there's a lot more pressure. I got to pay attention. There's a lot more pressure on the tap now, even though it was, I could have moved this tap in by hand before. Now there's quite a bit of pressure. It's better. Oh shit! I thought I broke it. That was scary. And all you really need to do to get you know, all that mill scale off is just to wire brush it. And after you've wire brushed it, you get this kind of bronzy look. And you can leave it like that. You know, you oil it. It's got a little bit of I don't know, a little bit of patterning, heat treat patterning, and that's fine. But you can polish this up, and I think that's, you know, I might do that. I think I might polish these guys up. So this one right here, this was just low carbon steel and carburized. So the carburization does leave a little more scaling on the surface because you're really just applying this cherry red to the surface, and it just smokes up and makes a big mess. But I guess what it's doing is adding carbon to the surface of the part, and it looks a little nastier. You get these, you know, you get this mill scale type of effect on it, much more pronounced than just regular heat treat. I gotta get myself a bigger vise. The jaw width on these, I'm always short 1 inch. It happens all the time, so it's a great vise, but width-wise, but I just need it to be a little deeper.